transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of God before his eyes. For he flattereth himself in his own eyes, until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He hath left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. Thy mercy, O Lord, is in the heavens, and thy faithfulness reacheth unto the clouds. Thy righteousness is like the great mountains. Thy judgments are a great deep. O Lord, thou preservest man and beast.
Secret weather weapons can kill millions, warns top Russian politician. A top Duma political leader caused shockwaves in a recent television interview when he warned that Russia could deploy an arsenal of new technology to destroy any part of the planet and kill over 100 million people using secret weather weapons if the United States, the UN or Georgia tried to stop Russia's entry into the WTO.
Hurricane Irma. Now reporting, David Muir.
Good afternoon from Naples. They're expecting 100-mile-per-hour winds or more for several hours tomorrow after this hurricane makes landfall. In fact, the governor here in Florida is now calling Hurricane Irma quite possibly the most catastrophic hurricane ever to hit this state.
Can't say it enough. Irma is massive. In fact, as I mentioned earlier at the top of the broadcast, it's the size of Texas, far larger than Hurricane Andrew, which hit Florida 25 years ago.
We're waiting for it along with the rest of the community.
Category 5 Hurricane Andrew hit Florida 25 years ago. 65 people died, and it cost the state billions of dollars in damage. Hurricane Irma is even bigger in size than Hurricane Andrew. Schwartz worries what she may come home to find after the storm.
I'm afraid that there might not be much.
It's that worrisome. Just the size of the storm?
And the power.
People of the British Virgin Islands, this is Governor Gus Jasper. I come to you with a heavy heart after experiencing and observing the extent of devastation caused by Hurricane Irma. After consultation with the Premier, I have declared a state of emergency for the territory. All of us have been affected by Irma, and some more than others. Apart from the structural damage, there have sadly been reports of casualties and fatalities. I am truly heartbroken by this news. My thoughts and prayers are with each and every one of you. I would like to appeal to you to remain calm and to reassure you that we're doing all that we can to assist you.
С исполняющим обязанности губернатора Севастополя Путин достает уже традиционную зеленую папку. Обращение жителей на прямую линию с президентом. Одно из таких о пенсиях военным пенсионерам, что часть срока служили в вооруженных силах Украины. Местные чиновники таким часто отказывали в оформлении, и Путин просит разобраться.
Есть люди, которые выпадают из категории тех, которые имеют право на получение пенсии. Они не должны ни от ни из каких систем выпадать. Я вас тоже прошу с людьми встретиться на этот счет. Если, кстати, есть прямое обращение, тоже провести этот анализ вместе с представителями Министерства обороны. Да, я министру об этом скажу. Если нужно внести изменения в действующее законодательство, мы это сделаем. Никто из тех людей, которые в стране проживают, их хочет жить, не должен сталкиваться.
Putin surfaced a little later in Sevastopol. Ukraine's president has condemned his visit, insisting that Crimea's future lies with Kiev.
The future of Crimea was determined by the people who live on this land, devoted to be united with Russia. That's it.
Vladimir Putin's presenting this as just another working visit, but of course it's so much more than that. This is about showing that Crimea, as far as he's concerned, is part of Russia for good now.
Moscow streets were turned into rivers after the Russian capital was hit by some of the heaviest rains in more than 100 years.
Evidence has emerged from NASA that the recent outburst of extreme hurricanes in the U.S. are as a result of man-made weather manipulation. Patrick Roddy, a geoengineering expert, discovered newly released NASA Worldview satellite images that show weird anomalies around hurricanes Harvey and Irma, and the paths they are about to follow. His findings match allegations made by other scientists who claim that HAARP is responsible for the recent spate of hurricanes around the world.
CBS This Morning contributor Michio Kaku is a physics professor at City College of New York. Professor, nice to see you. Extraordinary seeing Al Gore and Bill Clinton there together with Charlie, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, they did not get into this discussion,
no.
though. But it is fascinating. I mean, lasers, really? To change the weather?
That's right. Well, as Mark Twain once famously said, everyone complains about the weather, but no one ever does anything about it. Well, instead of doing a rain dance, we physicists are firing trillion-watt lasers into the sky to actually precipitate rain clouds and actually bring down lightning bolts. This is potentially a game changer.
HAARP is comprised of 180 antennas, approximately 72 feet tall, linked together to function as one giant steerable antenna. Steerable because it can aim millions of watts of ELF waves into one tiny patch of the atmosphere.
The amount of energy we're talking about here is 3.6 million watts. To give you an idea of what that is, the largest legal AM radio station in North America is 50,000 watts. HAARP is 72,000 50,000 watt radio stations injecting their entire output into a spot that's about 12 miles across by about 2.5 miles deep by about 90 miles up.
This is where HAARP is pointing. It's an area located roughly 300 miles from Anchorage. The U.S. military says HAARP is merely being used to study the physical and electrical properties and behavior of the ionosphere for both civilian and defense purposes.
China, 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 because we can't continue to allow China to rape our country, and that's what they're doing.
They haven't played by the rules, and I know it's time that they're going to start. They're going to start. They've got to.
Staked a claim to thousands of acres of what were sandbars and reefs. They've used sophisticated equipment like these ships, pumping sand through those thin tubes to create islands. Then they built airfields with towering radar stations, constructed ports, deployed weapons there, even built barracks. China's military buildup of these islands in the South China Sea has angered the Obama administration. The U.S. has sent ships and planes very near the islands, sometimes drawing Chinese warnings.
This is the Canyon Navy. This is the Canyon Navy. Please go away quickly.
Tonight, a government-run Chinese newspaper is warning of a possible war with the U.S. over the man-made islands. It's spurred by this comment from Secretary of State nominee Rex Tillerson at his confirmation hearings.
We're going to have to send China a clear signal that first, the island building stops, and second, their access to those islands is also not going to be allowed.
say it's a great honor to have the President of China and his incredibly talented wife, a great celebrity in China, a great singer. It's an honor to have you in the United States. We've had a long discussion already, and so far I have gotten nothing, absolutely nothing. But we have developed a friendship, I can see that.
How would China respond if the U.S. takes more steps, if President Trump takes more steps to recognize Taiwan?
I'm not here to prejudge anything, but we made our positions very clear. 2 points. First, this One China policy has been the fundamental basis for China-American relationship. Second, because this issue touches upon China's core interests, by no means this is something that could be negotiated or at a bargaining chip.
So that sounds like there's no room for discussion from your perspective on that.
One China policy.
100%.
100%.
I'm sorry, people, but this is not normal. This is 7:15 in the morning, facing west. And if you face north, it's orange and purple. What the fuck is going on here? And how come nobody noticed? Somebody has to notice it somewhere. Maybe I might be the only one up here right now, but this is crazy. Direction to turn this camera in. So many weird things are happening in the sky right now. And it's not normal. I mean, yeah, the water rises over the lakes, but not in patches. Not in patches of roughness. And look at these long waves. These are frequency waves. Like these are not wind waves. Look at that. I don't even know where to put the camera. I'm so frustrated. This is so not normal, people. This is so not normal.
Some parts that saw 1-2 feet of flooding and are mostly back to normal at this point.